What's up guys, R13 here and welcome to another Gunpla review, and today we will be reviewing the HGUC Galbaldy Beta from the Zeta Gundam series, and this unit is released in June 2018 with the price tag of 1500 yen. Okay, so a little bit of a fun fact regarding this unit here. This unit had been developed from the Galbaldy Alpha. The Alpha is a prototype mobile suit during the One-Year War that never saw combat. When the Earth Federation forces took over, they continued the development of the Alpha, and this is the end result of the Alpha, the Galbaldy Beta. And another fun fact also is the head unit of the Beta here and the Alpha had been based off the Galgug, and that's the reason why there is a similarity. And another fact also is this is a grunt mobile suit and the third most mass-produced unit in the Zeta series, and probably during the Double Zeta also. And the first one is actually the GM2, the second is the HGUC. Quite an interesting storyline. The grunt units had been piloted by a couple of antagonists, especially Jared Mesa, that battled head-to-head with Camille Bidan in his Gundam Mark II, which is actually quite interesting due to the fact that Jared almost beat Camille in his Gundam Mark II. Okay, let's move forward, shall we? Beta here actually features a couple of basic weaponries. We're gonna start off with the beam rifle here, and I've already installed the right trigger hand here, and it's actually a very basic beam rifle. It actually have a scope. It's actually not that bad. And now the next one that I'm going to show you guys is the shield here. This shield actually transforms, and I'll show you guys here right away. So it's actually very basic. It actually comes with 4 pieces, and all you have to do is you get 2 slots here. Practically it emulates the shield retracting, and that's how it's supposed to look like. And this piece here is for you to install in the forearm of the Beta, either left or right. Okay, and then last but not the least is the Beta actually comes with a pair of beam sabers here. And if you guys are wondering where the beam saber is supposed to be installed in the Beta, it's actually installed in the shoulder here, and both actually emulates it, which is actually quite nice. This one here is a little bit stiff, but there you go. Yeah, and you can actually do certain poses, definitely. And I actually like it. Some of the few gimmicks that this unit actually have. Now that's all the weaponry this unit actually have. Let's go on to the next page. Before moving forward with the articulation test, there's a few things that I do want to mention regarding this unit here. I'm going to show you guys the leftover polycaps here. And this is actually, this 2 here is supposed to be installed at the torso supposedly, but Bandai designed the Beta here with that specific part installed in the runners. I'm surprised and not surprised at the same time, because I've been hearing that Bandai wanted to eliminate the use of polycaps, and looks like they are succeeding. Now I will show you guys this one here right away. As you guys can see, this is the specific piece here that I was mentioning. I'm gonna leave the link in my timeless build somewhere here, so you guys can check it out at the beginning. Now let's remove this arm here. There you go. And you guys have seen the range of motion there, and it's actually quite impressive. Yeah. And it's supposed to be stiff, so don't be surprised. That's how it's supposed to be built anyway, so it won't be too loose. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the articulation test here, and as always we will start from top to bottom here. Now for the head here, this is actually a polycap base, and you can actually pull off the head easily. It's actually not loose. But if it's loose, use a clear nail polish, dab it a little bit in the ball joint there, let it dry for a bit. Usually what I do the moment I dabbed it a little bit of clear nail polish, I just install it right away, let it dry, and it works immediately. Okay, now for the backpack here, The backpack doesn't actually have any moving parts here, but you can actually install option parts. Just a suggestion. Now let's put it back there. Okay, now for the arms here. Now, as you guys can see, the range of mobility is there. Just look at that. Wow. Okay, and for the shoulder actually moves. For the arm, it's actually double joint. Okay, for the torso here, the torso actually get a ball joint connecting there, so you get some good range. But if it's loose, it kind of feels loose to me here. I'm just gonna dab this with a clear nail polish later. And it actually got some good mobility there. Okay. And now for the waist here, the front skirt actually moves. It's designed differently. A side skirt actually moves also somewhat. That's how far it can go. The back skirt doesn't move, and it actually kind of fell off. This one here is a polycap, as you guys can see. Now let's go for the bottom here. It's actually a basic action base. You don't need a flat action base, so installation is easy, posting is easy. And this is not a ball joint. It's actually a connector there, so you get some good range also. You can't actually pull this out, but there you go. It's actually installed that specific piece there. And the leg is somewhat double joint, which is actually nice. It can actually do poses. The range of mobility articulation here is really great. Just look at that. Just doing the articulation test, I already did a pose here. Okay, let's continue on. Now for the feet, there's some mobility here. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's go to the next page here. Now I want to talk about the details and a few gimmicks that this unit actually have. You guys have already seen the articulation test, which is actually really great. I'm actually really impressed. Now the gimmicks that this unit actually have, as you guys have already seen, is the shoulder beam savers. And there's actually another one, which is this chest piece here, the left side, that you can actually remove. I don't know the exact purpose of this, of why they did it, but maybe it's for added detail. But looks like there is some scribe here. Probably this is the cockpit section. It's been a while since I watched the series. I'm actually planning on watching it again, just because of me building the beta here. Now for the details here, the overall detail is actually really nice, especially in the torso area. They actually put as much detail as they can, and it actually does look basic to a certain degree here, but at the same time, this gives you the opportunity to do your own scribing, to add your own detail, especially in the legs area and some of the shoulders. Okay, so overall, I actually do like the design. Its simplicity is what makes this unit stand out, and the opportunity to do your own custom scribing. And I like the color also, red. Okay, so the next part that I actually want to talk about are the dreaded nubs and seam lines. Yes. Okay, so there are actually nubs and seam lines, and which is actually not that bad. And we're gonna start with the legs here. At the back of the legs, there's a seam line there that they designed, and there's the nubs there. It's a little bit annoying. As always, you can use a sanding stick or your own technique to remove the nubs and the seam line. I do plan on giving this some details and maybe paint this to get rid of the seam lines and the nubs. And as you guys can see for the legs here, and there's one at the elbow, and there's no seam lines actually at the forearm here, which is really glad. And it's actually in well-placed area that you won't actually notice it much, and that's the only one that I can actually see myself here. Yeah. Okay, so there's a nub at the other side of the forearm here, but it's actually well hidden also. It's actually nice seam lines. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. Okay, that's overall the seam lines. I give it a 7 out of 10. Well placed, hidden. There's a few visible if you actually look for it, but overall, straight build beta here is actually not that bad. Here are my final thoughts regarding the beta. It's actually really good. I like it. Now, there's a few nubs and seam lines in hidden places. Very, very minor. A straight build here. Truly enjoyable. The price tag, 1,500 yen. Well worth getting. Basic armaments, beam saber, beam rifle, shield. Gives you the opportunity to do your own custom weapons. The basic design even gives you the ability to scribe your own panel lines. And the backpack itself, you can actually add option parts at the back. Yeah, so I give this unit an 8 out of 10. Highly suggestible. A grunt mobile suit, really good. I actually got the Gundam Mark II here, the Super Gundam actually. So I might actually do a little bit of a whatchamacallit, diorama just for the heck of it. Because I really do like that specific part in the Zeta series, Beta versus Gundam Mark II. Okay, that is all the time that I got. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys got any opinions, leave it in the comment section below. If you guys got a request for me to review a specific kit, leave it in the comment section, and I will do the best I can to get that specific kit if I do not have it in my backlogs here. Okay, this is R13. Have a good day, good night, afternoon, wherever you are. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button there. I'll see you guys later.